When talking about futurism, there are certain elements that are more always than not present in those universes, right? We have our sprawling cities with massive skyscrapers, with robot assistants, super intelligent computers. Come to think of it, we're slowly but surely getting there as a species. Well, except for the cooler part of futurism, which is flying cars. We're nowhere near to getting our flying cars. Another popular element of futurism are teleportation pods. The ability to get from point A to point B. It's super convenient when you think about it. We haven't seen that as much in newer media, though. I'm guessing it has to do with teleportation making flying cars redundant, and we really want flying cars. Leaving flying cars aside for a moment, it's not difficult to think about situations in which teleportation would solve many of the problems that we have today, right? I can just start by the fact that we are being pushed to go back to office spaces, and that means that with teleportation we would save all of the time that we spend on commuting. This would also help with reducing the amount of stress that we get from not knowing if we're going to be someplace at a specific time. Right? Like missing a date, an appointment, a meeting, you name it. The ability to instantly go from point A to point B, with no process in between, is just very convenient when you have a specific time frame. Right? That's kind of the connecting thread between all of the events that teleportations would solve. You have a time constraint, and having an instant solution is kind of the best option, and what would solve the problem. But what about the situations in which you are not tied to a specific time frame, or you have a little bit more leeway, right? Then we can start thinking about what the trade-off for the convenience of that instant teleportation is. And the trade-off is that we lose the journey or the process. Everything that happens in between A and B is lost. By now you've probably figured out we're not talking about teleportation as a concept, but rather we're focusing on the instant fulfillment of a task, right? Removing the journey or the process in between two tasks, and how that affects us in how we work and how we, communicate. So let's talk about that. The idea that kind of sparked this whole video was, I was thinking to myself how with the tools, the AI tools specifically that we have available today, a lot of the design process can be shortened. There's no need to spend that much time creating, for example, wireframes or drawing the interfaces, right? We can ask AI to create them. And that kind of made me, I can't say sad, because I do enjoy having more time to myself, but there's a lot that happens along the process that I actually enjoy. I do enjoy crafting wireframes and screens by myself, because along the journey I may discover things that are not in my original scope or in my original way of thinking. Not only in design, you can take this for coding as well. While definitely the journey is not entirely efficient, right? There's a lot of time that goes there, more than maybe we need to actually spend there. But this journey, this process is an amazing grounds for discovery. I kind of wanted to bring this to the table. Is losing the process or losing the journey by using AI a good thing or a bad thing? And after running this question through my head a couple of times, I realized that framing it as a binary, as a good or bad question, was probably not the best way to go about it. Before AI tools, the journey or all of the process of building something was just the only way that we could actually have something solid that we could show around. in the case of design work, building a prototype or having a wireframe hand-built by a designer was the only way in which we could have something that resembled the final product to show. So we never really considered what would happen when we could actually skip that phase, which is what AI tools allow us to do today. We now have the ability, if we're under a lot of time constraint, to actually completely skip the build phase and go directly to the show phase. Now, with this, we have voices on both camps. We have those that say that this is the only way to work now, and whoever resists to using AI tools is just going to get obsolete and forgotten. And then there's the other camp that says that this will result in everything looking and working in the same way because everything is trained from the same stack of data. Whatever the case may be, right? I don't think this is the most productive thing to focus on. So the way in which I think we should frame this is, now we have the ability to actually include a building or ideation process, or just skip it entirely. Do you need to optimize for outcome or for insight? So what's the verdict? To get there, let's go back to the original statement first. AI is taking away the journey from the creation process. Yes? No? I think for the scope of this video, no. It's not taking anything away from us, but rather it's giving us the opportunity to either optimize for insight, do we want to have more experimentation time? Do we need more ideation? Do we need to be especially different from whatever else is out there? Or are we optimizing for outcome, for purpose? Do we have a specific goal and we want to get there fast, right? Then we can use AI. It's not one or the other. We could actually intersperse it depending on how we're using it. The important thing here is not to take like binary bands. If you completely ignore AI, then yes, your product will be very insightful, very different, very beautiful, but you are going to be a lot slower than your competition, and that may cost you the market. On the other hand, if you completely switch to AI and you have incredibly outcome-driven performances, then you will end up being the same as everything else, and that also can cost you the market. That's all I have for today. Thank you for sticking with me all through to the end. I hope you found this interesting, insightful. If you liked it, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more videos in the future. In the meantime, remember to stay creative and stay creating. Goodbye, have a good one.